Oh, 2.0 is almost here. Just a few more days and we'll be planting crops, talking to Brewster, and decorating our villagers' houses so they don't look like this anymore. What should you do to prepare for the new update? Now that we only have a few days left, what's the most important tasks to concentrate on? The 2.0 update is bringing us a ton of content to enjoy, but you do need to do some preparation to make sure you can actually play all of the new content. The most important thing you need to do is start saving up your Nook Miles. Villager hunting can wait. There'll be plenty of time for that later when the new villagers come out. You're going to need a few thousand Nook Miles just to purchase the new mechanics like cooking, the pro decorating license, new fencing, new reactions, etc, 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 etc. And this doesn't even include the new items that you can redeem with your Nook Miles. Save them up. Get going on those Nook Mile Plus goals. Finish up some long-term goals that you've been putting off and that you're close to finishing. Captain alone requires 1,000 Nook Miles anytime you want to take a trip to one of those new mystery islands. He'll probably eat up a nice chunk of them. While you're at it, save up a bunch of bells. You're gonna need them for the new furniture items available at Nooks, your additional bridges and inclines that you've probably already scoped out a place for, the increased storage space in your home, new house customizations, and all the special characters that will appear on Harv's Island. This is going to take a lot of bells. If you don't have a ton saved up already because you haven't been worried about filling up your ABD, start worrying. Go fishing, catch those tarantulas, go swimming, buy turnips Sunday morning, do everything. Get all of the money, that way you can access the new content as soon as possible. I do very much enjoy that we need bells again. Collecting and selling items to Timmy and Tommy is one of the mechanics that I miss most after you've kinda saved up a bunch. I had almost no reason to fish anymore, except this stupid Nook Mile goal. And now I still won't have a reason to fish cause I'm rich. Donate items to Blathers. If Brewster is anything like Red, he'll require a decent number of donations to the museum. If you're coming back after a long break or have restarted your island, make sure you go fishing, catch bugs, and dig up fossils for Blathers. There is no guarantee that you'll need to donate for Brewster to appear, but worst case, you're prepared if there is a requirement, and it just gives you something to do while you wait. If you haven't finished your museum, then that's just another reason to come back and continue playing the game. Make some farms. We're about to have 5 new crops to grow. You're gonna need a place to plant them. Find an empty part of your island, or destroy a part of your island that you're just sick of, because new crops are way more important. Don't forget to make yourself a kitchen, or at least make room for one. It's been confirmed that we can indeed use our current stoves to cook food, so you can just use those or wait for the new ones to arrive. While you're making yourself a crop farm, might as well add a nice little area for some gyroids. It's gonna be annoying to try to remember where you buried a gyroid fragment. This is always my problem with money trees in past games. Throughout the series, I could never remember exactly where I planted these trees. I end up just hoping for the best as I run around looking for it. Thankfully, New Horizons gives us superhuman strength, and now we can just dig up and replant entirely grown trees. You bet your butt I'm gonna forget where I buried my gyroid. I can just picture myself planting it in the ground, walking away, and then digging it up 5 minutes later thinking it's a fossil or something dumb. So I've made a little gyroid farm to give these cute clay gravestones a home. Clear your dock, or at least make room for Captain to appear. It seems like you'll be able to talk to him at this point on your dock. Keep in mind there are 2 different lengths of docks. I'm assuming Captain's positioning is based off the end of the dock rather than the part that's connected to the beach, but just definitely keep it in mind. I'm sorry to all you people who have these crazily decorated docks. Maybe just a nice little hole will do and you won't have to completely obliterate everything you've placed down. Speaking of decorating, get ready to decorate a lot. There's a bunch of new furniture coming for us to play with, especially if you've decided to purchase Happy Home Paradise. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go crazy with these new items. They're so beautiful. Oh, I can't wait. If you're one of the people who has been putting off decorating your island because you just don't feel like it's worth your time, or maybe you just think you're bad at decorating, go get some inspiration from Pinterest, Tumblr, Twitter, whatever, and start decorating. You're missing out on a really fun aspect of the game that always gives you something to do. No stress, no anxiety, just chill decorating. Speaking of Happy Home Paradise, if you plan on getting it or have upgraded your NSO subscription to include the expansion, preload the DLC now so you don't have to wait to install it when everyone else is, and it clogs up the servers and then you can't install it and then you're waiting until midnight and then it's a hard time. Based on past update release times, those of us in the West should have access to the new content the night of November 4th. Maintenance usually ends around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You can head over to the eShop now to pre-order or preload. If you've been one of the few who have decided to do the really dumb thing of completing your catalog with all of the different color variations of furniture, start collecting and fill up your storage. Reese and Cyrus will appear on Harv's Island. After you spend a decent amount of bells, you'll be able to customize almost any item with them. It seems like the only items Cyrus can't work with are the crafted items because the game probably wants you to continue using customization kits, and the items that don't have color variations, therefore cannot change form. If you don't care about your catalog, then just go fishing or something. Speaking of things that people don't collect, don't forget to stock up on your Nook points. The Japanese Direct showed off new furniture items that will be available through the app. We aren't too sure how many new items will be added, but if you've been slacking the last few months, get to collecting. Or if you've been the few people who have actually checked out the app every day with the hopes of something returning, then you're sitting on a throne. You are the smartest Animal Crossing player ever. We all bow down to you. Find some friends to drink coffee with. This is apparently the most we're getting for multiplayer in New Horizons. Thanks to Shadow Fuzzy on Twitter, there is evidence that our villagers, or possibly other random villagers, will visit the roost as well. So if you don't have friends, you can at least have a coffee with your fake friend. The update is coming with a ton of content. Even if you aren't planning on purchasing the DLC, you'll have plenty to do. Between decorating, cooking, coffee, and catting, if you take your time and enjoy it, you'll have hours of new gameplay. Or just time travel through it. Nobody controls how you play, you do you. What are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!